Hello, Millie from Zebra Love Web Solutions, and in this video we're going to talk about the pros and cons of custom web development. At Zebra Love Web Solutions, we do a lot of custom web development, which is where we build a website from the ground up with code. These websites are largely software applications that live on the web. Additionally, we do a lot of WordPress websites. WordPress is open source software and a content management system for websites, and we use WordPress when a completely custom website just doesn't make sense. In this video, we're going to discuss the pros and cons of both approaches. So if you're somebody with a website idea and you're grappling with whether or not you should have a custom website built or to use some software like WordPress or a platform like Squarespace or Shopify, this video will really help with that. All right, so we're going to start with the pros of custom web development. So number one pro of custom web development is that the website can be anything you dream. It can function however you want. You can add like certain functionality with plugins or extensions with a lot of the platforms and software like WordPress, but you do find that it's more difficult to find a cohesive solution that way. When you're building something custom, we can build it however you want. Pro number two for custom web development is that a custom built website is going to do a much better job at connecting to other computer systems. Here's an example. So say you were tracking inventory on your website and you wanted to place an order with your supplier when that inventory got below a certain threshold. That's something that's way easier to do with a custom website. So pro number three for custom web development is better user functionality. Like I said previously, there is a lot of plugins that you can add for WordPress, but if you're doing something a little bit complicated, it's generally not like the best user experience. Like you could probably achieve it, but it may not be the best experience for the user. You definitely get a lot more of a cohesive solution with a custom developed website. So pro number four for custom web development is speed. So believe it or not, you're actually going to get usually a pretty fast website with a custom built website, mostly because we know exactly what you need this website to do. We don't have to have any extra code in there. With WordPress, like a lot of those themes are reaching out to other websites, for example, Google Fonts for resources. Plus, WordPress isn't sure what you're going to do with the site, so there's just a lot of code in there that's sort of just in case. It's like everything in the kitchen sink. So I have seen WordPress websites get pretty bloated and, generally be a little bit slower. So definitely website speed is a pro for custom web development. So now we're on to the cons of custom web development, and con number one is definitely price. A custom developed website is a whole lot more work than a WordPress website, so definitely expect to pay a lot more. So con number two of custom web development is finding people to do the work. If you're having a custom website built, you need programmers, and not every website company out there has programmers on staff. You're looking at a much smaller subset of the website building population. Also, programmers generally charge more. But if you're doing a WordPress website, almost every company you approach would know how to use WordPress. Con number three for a custom built website is the time it takes to complete the project. So because a custom built website is a lot more work, it is going to take a lot more time to complete. I think you're generally looking at like 6 months to a year, and it really just depends on the size of the project. In retrospect, we can do a WordPress website generally in like 45 to 60 days. So in talking about the pros and cons to WordPress development, we're really just kind of like reversing the order that we just went through. So the cons of a WordPress website are going to mostly have to do with user functionality, but let's face it, like not every website needs a whole lot of user functionality. If you're a business and you have a website and it just needs to, talk about who you are and what you do and have a blog and maybe an image gallery and a contact form, WordPress really has you covered, and that's really the way to go. And then the pros of a WordPress developed website are, it's not going to take as much time, it's going to be less expensive, and it's going to be a lot easier to find developers. So you might be wondering, Millie, is there a happy medium between the two approaches? And you know what? There is. There actually is. So One of the best things about WordPress is that you can actually do custom development for it. So you can build plugins, you can build custom themes. Sometimes in projects, you want to build a site a little bit faster. You maybe don't need like really crazy user functionality, but you need some functionality. WordPress actually makes it so developers like us can give you the best of both worlds and give you a custom developed WordPress site. Additionally, we do a lot of custom programming for Shopify sites. So if you're looking for an e-commerce solution and need some custom functionality, we can often do that as well. The bottom line is, if your website is really all about just telling the world like who you are and what you do, then generally a WordPress website or using a platform is the way to go. If your website sort of is the business, if what you're trying to sell to customers is actually the website, then that's generally when you want to go with custom development. And then there's a whole lot of options in between, and we're definitely happy to talk to people about their options and, figure out which approach is best. So just contact us if you want to know more. Alrighty, so that's it for now. I hope that you have enjoyed the video. If you have, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video. Alright, talk to you soon. Bye.